ESPN's Way Too Early Bracketology is out. Shout out to Joe Lenardi, hardest working man in the bracket business. And it's May 2nd, and we have a bracket. That warms my heart. Card, I'd like to literally go through this entire bracket and pick every game right now for next season.
Every game?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
How much do you not want to do
No,
that?
I do. I just had to mentally prepare.
St. John's, one seed versus Navy, St. John's.
St. John's.
Cincinnati, Georgia.
Cincy.
Sean Abayev.
Don Abayev.
Cincy. Ohio State 5, Grand Canyon 12. Give me Grand Canyon.
Also, what? Five. Five
Yeah,
what?
this
Seed?
is what is Lenardi doing? That's why I'm just picking Grand Canyon. That's a disrespectful seed.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Grand Canyon advances. USC as a 4 seed versus UC Santa Barbara.
USC.
As a 4 seed?
Just give me USC.
Baker, Mazzara, and Rodney Rice?
Yeah.
A 4 seed.
Yeah.
Lenardi, I'm looking at you. Fine, you can have USC. Wisconsin versus Ole Miss or NC State as 11 seeds in the play-in. I would have Ole Miss beating NC State. I would have Wisconsin beating Ole Miss.
Yeah, I would too.
Florida, 3 seed versus Furman.
Florida.
Mississippi State, 7 seed versus the play-in winner of Marquette versus Indiana on the 10 line. Darren DeVries back in the tournament.
I think Indiana wins that game, and I think Indiana wins that matchup against Mississippi State.
Wow, we've come so far. Okay, fine. I'm down with Indiana. And then BYU as a 2 seed versus Idaho. Give me BYU.
Other Murs revenge game.
Okay, we're going to stay in the South, and we're just going to run till we have a Final Four team. St. John's versus Cincy.
St. John's.
Grand Canyon versus USC.
USC.
USC in the Sweet 16 sits so wrong with me, but
It's
fine.
must. It's must, Greg.
Cool. Wisconsin against Florida.
Ooh.
I want Wisconsin.
Did Florida get Des Claude?
Let's say no.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin advances. BYU versus Indiana. BYU.
BYU.
Sweet 16. St. John's, USC.
St. John's.
St. John's, BYU, Wisconsin.
BYU.
BYU, Elite Eight, St. John's, BYU.
BYU.
Give me BYU. To the East, Duke versus a 16 seed we don't care about. Duke. Texas versus Baylor.
Baylor.
You're just so anti Sean Miller.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Baylor. Texas Tech, Illinois State as a 12 seed.
Tech.
So he has USC seeded ahead of Texas Tech.
Yeah, look who else he has seated ahead of Texas Tech.
This is disgusting. Michigan State is a 4 against Miami of Ohio.
Michigan State.
I'll take Michigan State. Alabama against Memphis.
Doug.
Doug Legacy run against Oates.
Give me Memphis.
Give me Memphis too. Arizona against Troy.
Arizona.
Arizona. Carolina against Maryland. North Carolina in as a 7?
I'll take North Carolina in that game.
Ah,
You hitching your wagon to Pharrell Payne and Darius Adams?
I am actually. Yeah, it's Hubert.
It is Hubert.
I'm gonna take Maryland. And can you take Maryland too?
Sure.
And then UConn beats Siena.
Yes.
All right, so now we have Duke versus Baylor rematch of last year's round of 32 game. Give me Duke. This video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. We have a special offer for you. Promo code SLEEPERS. If you're a first-time depositor, they will give you a bonus up to $1,000 that matches 50% of your first deposit, plus a free pick. And tonight's free pick is focused on none other than Steph Curry. Card, I got a question for you. How many points does Steph Curry average?
Ooh, I'm going to go ahead and say 29.
I don't have it in front of me, but that sounds about right. Certainly more than 0, I assume.
Of course.
Well, tonight's free pick, Steph Curry to score 1 point, higher than 0.5 points. It's as much of a guarantee as you can possibly get. Underdog Fantasy, deposit as a first-time user, put in promo code SLEEPERS. Make sure you get that deposit match bonus up to $1,000 and the Steph Curry free pick. Back to the video.
I want to. Ooh.
Next year does feel like a Duke loses early year,
Yeah, it does.
but I don't think I like Baylor enough.
But I do.
Your call.
We'll let Duke go.
Duke goes through Texas Tech, Michigan State. I'm taking
Texas
Tech.
Tech.
Yep. Memphis, Arizona.
Arizona.
Arizona, Maryland, UConn.
UConn.
UConn. Then we're into Duke, Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Arizona, UConn. I'm going UConn without much hesitation.
There's hesitation. I'll go UConn though.
UConn, Texas Tech with a Final Four on the line.
Texas Tech have Darion Williams.
I think no.
UConn.
UConn advances. So we have BYU and UConn in our Final Four thus far. To the pow Midwest region, Purdue, number one overall seed in the tournament. They beat the 16. Who cares? Oregon versus Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Shellstat and Biddle?
Like what Oklahoma's doing with their roster quietly.
Yeah, fine, but yeah. Louisville against Liberty.
Louisville, a 5 seed. Louisville.
Louisville, I agree, they're underseeded. Auburn against High Point.
Auburn.
I'm not going to make the High Point mistake again. Auburn. Missouri, San Diego State.
San Diego State.
Yeah, why not? That's gross. San Diego State. Iowa State against South Dakota State.
Iowa State.
Iowa State. 7 seed Illinois versus 10 seed Creighton.
Creighton.
You love Creighton.
I love Creighton. Also, this Purdue will be in Indianapolis if this is their bracket.
All right, Creighton. And then Kentucky versus North Alabama.
Kentucky.
Kentucky. So next round will be Purdue, Oklahoma.
Purdue.
Louisville, Auburn.
Ooh.
I'll be completely honest with you. I'm out on Pac Kelsey in the tournament after last year, after the way that game started.
That's a fine take. We'll go Auburn.
So Auburn in. San Diego State, Iowa State.
That was gonna be cute. Say San Diego.
I'll be
San Diego
cute.
State.
Let's be cute. San Diego State.
San Diego State.
Lagoon Guath breakout year. Yeah.
Come on.
And then Creighton, Kentucky.
Creighton.
You love Creighton.
Yeah.
I think this is ludicrous from you, but I don't want to fight it. So Creighton moves on. To the Sweet 16, Purdue against Auburn.
Purdue.
San Diego State against Creighton, the 11 seed versus the 10 seed in the Sweet 16.
Creighton.
Creighton, and then Purdue versus Creighton in the Elite Eight. Purdue, I insist.
Purdue.
All right, so we have Purdue, BYU, and UConn right now in the Final Four. This is such a great season for us. To the final bracket, Houston, the 1 seed against Southeast Missouri State.
Houston.
Vanderbilt against Iowa.
Iowa.
Fine, Iowa, although A.J. Hogarth changed the program at Vandy. Arkansas, 5 seed against Yale, the 12.
Arkansas.
UCLA, the 4 against Charleston, the 13.
UCLA.
Gonzaga, VCU. I like VCU.
This season?
Yeah, I like what they did in the portal. Ahmad Noel breakout year.
You convinced me whoever that is. VCU.
You don't know Ahmad Noel?
Who?
Ahmad Noel?
Oh, I thought you said I did not hear Ahmad Noel whatsoever.
VCU.
Yeah, give VCU.
Tennessee against McNeese.
Tennessee.
Kansas against Miami.
Kansas.
I want to take Miami.
Kansas.
Trey Donaldson, revenge game.
Darren Peterson.
Fine, Kansas. Michigan, Youngstown State.
Michigan.
Houston against Iowa.
Houston.
Arkansas, UCLA.
UCLA.
VCU, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Michigan, Kansas.
Michigan.
Houston, UCLA.
Houston.
I think UCLA.
No, Houston.
I think it's UCLA.
Houston.
Donovan Dent.
Houston.
Yeah, I don't got to pitch you on Donovan Dent.
Houston.
I'm telling you, UCLA is going to be good.
Houston. They are. Houston.
Tennessee, Michigan.
Ooh, Michigan.
Houston, Michigan with a Final Four on the line.
Houston.
All right, fine. We have Purdue against BYU in one semifinal.
BYU.
In Indy,
Yep.
I'm going to take Purdue. Other one is Houston, UConn. I'm going to take UConn.
I'll take UConn.
So I have Purdue, UConn rematch. You have BYU, UConn.
UConn wins it again, don't they?
I have Purdue beating UConn.
Purdue winning it all, be revenge game.
And you have UConn beating BYU.